All right, I just wanted to come on real quick on Facebook because I've been having this discussion with my clients and students about fat burn and insulin. So some of you know that I am pre-diabetic. I have had diabetes in the past because I was having diabetes, what do they call it? Gestational diabetes. So when I was pregnant twice with my kids, I was diagnosed as having diabetes. The reason being is because I was not producing enough insulin, which is the hormone in our body that breaks down sugar. And with both Lauren and Matthew, I had to have insulin injections while I was pregnant. And my doctors always told me that if I didn't watch my lifestyle and I didn't watch my glucose levels, that I would be at risk of getting adult onset type 2 diabetes as I age. And so this is why I'm such a proponent on low glycemic foods and just having a healthy lifestyle. So I am a very visual person. So this is what happens when you eat anything and when you have sugar in your body. So there's 4 buckets. So you have 4 buckets of energy in your body. So we have glucose, glycogen, fat, and protein. So let me explain. So when you eat something, your blood sugar goes up, and it doesn't matter what you eat. You can have carbs and protein and veggies, they all have some sort of sugar in them, natural sugars. So these are considered the glucose or the free carbs. This is like energy that your body first uses, your cells use when you do your activities of daily living. Like you wake up in the morning, you use some energy, right? You brush your teeth, you're using some energy. You're getting ready for work or for whatever the day, you use some energy, right? Whatever you're not using in this first bucket, if you're not as active, then it gets stored as glycogen. So glycogen is used when you have a little bit more intense energy. Maybe you're going for that walk, so then you've depleted this bucket, right? There's no more free carbs. It's all gone after you eat something or when you first wake up. Then you're going for your workout or your walk or your something manual like shoveling snow, whatever it is. You're using your glycogen, which is stored in your muscles and in your liver. Your body is super smart about converting glycogen into sugar because sugar is the first fuel we use. So working out, okay, going for a walk, doing your thing, a little bit more increased energy, okay? So then after that's depleted, whatever's left over in glycogen turns to fat. So let's say you've used up your free carbs, right? And then your glycogen. And then you go ahead and, you eat breakfast and lunch and you got more free carbs in there. And then you go sit on the couch. Whatever's left over that you haven't used turns to glycogen. It gets stored again in your liver, okay? Because you sitting on the couch, driving in your car, working on your computer, there's not much energy that's going on. So the more you feed your body higher carbs, higher sugar, fried foods, like stuff that's not good for you, it's gonna stay right here and eventually it's gonna turn into this, okay? So in my program, what I do is I still want you to eat carbs because we still need carbs for living, but I want you to eat low glycemic carbs so that your free carbs are immediately used, your glucose is then immediately used, then the rest of your calories come from your fat. So in a low glycemic, what that means is the foods that you eat will not let your insulin spike. So when your insulin spikes, that means your body is working overtime to break down all that sugar and extra glycogen in your system just so that your blood sugar stays stable. But if you're eating low glycemic foods anyways, and what I mean by that is low glycemic index are foods that do not raise your insulin level beyond a certain point to where your body's fighting against you instead of for you. So by monitoring what you're eating here will make your body more efficient, so you can tap into your fat for energy. So that is what I do. So I'm eating low glycemic, I'm using my fat for energy, and that's how I am maintaining my weight and just maintaining my lifestyle, right? But we never, ever, ever want to go to protein. We never want to use protein for fuel because that's going to lead to atrophy. You need your muscles just for, of course, your strength, your stamina. And also as you build muscle and work them out, you're also making your bones stronger. So little things, you can even do a 1 pound weight, okay, for those that are not able to lift too much. Even that much resistance will help. Anytime you put tension on that muscle, it's making that bone stronger. I know what you're gonna say, but Sandy, I love my ice cream, I love my Starbucks, I can't live without it. Okay, there's a difference between pleasure and satisfaction, right? If you have that ice cream, you are having pleasure immediately, like immediate, like it's just, you feel good, it's sugar, and sugar is very addictive, it makes you want more sugar. But satisfaction is, it actually lasts longer than pleasure. Pleasure is immediate, you feel good while you're drinking that Starbucks or having that ice cream or having those fries, having that burger. It feels so good, like it's just, oh, it tastes amazing. But then after you eat it, what happens? The feeling goes away, right? This is what was discussed in our community time last night. The feeling goes away, and then you feel gross, or you just feel lethargic, you go in that food coma. That's when that insulin is spiking, right? And trying to break down everything. Whatever it can't break down will turn to glycogen, which is, if you don't use that, is turned to fat. So here's the thing. But Sandy, I work out so much that, I know that I'm able to eat whatever I want, even though I work out. Awesome. Awesome you're working out, but you're only working out and burning the calories that you're eating and not getting to the fat storage, right? So everything's a choice. Again, back to pleasure and satisfaction. So wouldn't you rather have more dense, nutrient-dense food rather than that immediate pleasure? Something that's more satisfying that will help you stay fuller longer, get you into low glycemic state, bring that blood sugar down so you can start burning fat instead? I don't know, that works for me. I find it that I'd rather use calories towards food that's gonna serve me and not towards food that's gonna work against me. Again, I have that diabetes thing at the back of my head because I don't wanna go there. My dad had very bad complications from it. And, he wasn't on insulin shots, but he was on insulin medication. I just don't want to live on medication. That's my biggest why. I don't want to live out of a pill box. I want to be able to be as independent and feel good and healthy. Plus, when I do eat, I'll indulge. I indulge over holidays, and I had a piece of pie or whatever, but I had a couple of bites, and I knew my body just reacted immediately. I had a headache, I felt lethargic, I was about to throw up. So I'm super sensitive to sugar, and I know that about myself. But I never was like that until I started to really understand the science behind my body and the science behind insulin and the science behind glucose storage. So I just wanted to come on and explain that to you because I think visually you might understand it better and why you want to choose foods that won't raise your insulin level. And you don't have to be diabetic to practice this. This really works for everyone and anyone. Of course, consult with your doctor if there's certain foods you have to stay away from. But the more educated you are and the more you understand the science, I think it'll kind of stick in why you should do certain things over others, and everything in moderation. So, if you want that ice cream or the Starbucks, that's fine. It's not gonna do too much harm if you do it in moderation. Just like going to the gym. You work out in the gym, you work out for an hour, you're lifting weights, you're feeling good, you're doing cardio. It's not gonna bulk you up, and it's not gonna make that much difference from one day. Same thing with indulging in something. It's not gonna make a huge difference in one day, but it's the habit. If you continue to do that day after day after day, then you're going to start causing certain conditions in your body that's not going to work for you. Insulin also is a fat storage. So the more you get that insulin up, the more fat it's going to store in your body. So bring it down. If you guys need tips or advice, or, you know, I can even take a look at your menu and kind of tell you where to tweak it. I'm more than happy to share that because I'm super passionate about just being more aware of what you're eating and making better choices. Because it's not only the food that's going to cause certain diseases, it's actually your mindset. So if you have trouble kind of like sticking to a particular plan, let's work on something that works for you, where you can incorporate and try little tips and guidance on how to make better choices. Just like with everything, the more you practice that, the better you'll get. And then my goal as a health coach is to never ever have you do a diet. I don't coach diet, I coach healthy, because I'd rather you be successful in doing something that works in your lifestyle than feel you have to be restricted. And that has worked for me. So anyways, I just wanted to come on and explain all that, and hopefully I made some sense, because again, this is near and dear to my heart. I've had insulin shots. I've had to give my insulin shots up to 6 times a day while I was pregnant. It was not fun. And since, you know, the ideal place is to do it like right on your thighs, which is the meatiest part of your body. But since my belly was so big from being pregnant, I could not see my thighs. So I had to do it here, like right here, where there's very thin skin right under my bra line. And I just had to pick new places where I didn't have a needle mark. And it was awful. I do not recommend it. Anyway, okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, comment below. If you need help with your own diet or your own menu, I'm happy to share what I do. And if you're interested in joining any of our community time on Wednesday evenings, it's open to everybody. You don't have to be my client. And they talk about one healthy habit at a time. And last night it was about creating the health that you want. And then next week, I forget the topic. Here's my book right here. It's all in here. Next week is on element 4, which is, element 3, sorry. It's how do you create what you want. Element 2 was what do you want to create. And element 3 is how do you want to create it. All right, that's it. Bye now. See you next time.